to wash it off. Like,
because my other coworker, I asked like him, do you wash your meat? He's like, chicken, yeah, but if it's like steak, I don't, because the blood is where all the nutrients is.
Lord of mercy.
Ready? Hey guys, it's TheCurlySage and welcome back to another video. So, yesterday, wait, when did Auntie Diane tag you in it?
I don't remember.
Yesterday my mom tagged me and my sister in a video that my aunt first tagged her in, and I am like flabbergasted. Like, I've never heard of people. I'm just gonna play the video.
Are you afraid of touching raw meat? Apparently, millennials, especially you are especially nervous about handling uncooked meat. So, one British grocery store chain has developed new packaging to help you out. It's being reported that new no-touch rip and tip bags, that's what they're called, will make it possible to get the meat from the package to the frying pan without ever having to touch the actual meat. I like this idea a lot. I get a little squeezed out when I have to like cook chicken or anything like that. And I kind of have invented my own rip and tip technique. So like I kind of take the knife and I do that along the plastic and then I flip it. But then there's that weird like maxi pad that's attached.
See your face?
Hold on. When are you washing the meat? Does anybody wash their meat? This whole thing.
You see her face? Like, why are you so confused? I've never, oh my gosh.
What I don't understand.
Wait. Look at her face.
Does anybody wash their meat? This whole, thank you.
Washing meat?
She's like
what?
looking at her like there's something wrong with her. Like what? We're not talking about soap and water.
That's what people are thinking. Wait, just say it.
If you are tearing it or whatever you're doing and it goes right into the pan, you're not washing it. Wash your meat. Absolutely.
Look at them.
They're like,
oh my god! What? Like,
I've never heard of people, I thought everyone washed their meat.
It's a West Indian thing.
No, it's not a West Indian thing.
I also use lemon and I put lemon and
Duh.
what do you mean? You're ripping the meat and throwing it into the frying.
The only way this makes any sense to me, the whole taking it out and putting directly in the pan, is if there's no bones and it's just like a fillet. But even then, it means you're trusting whoever prepared the meat to be 100% clean.
It's not even that. So because she's like, oh, I made my own little slip and tip method. So you're taking a package of chicken, slicing it with a knife, and she said you just
dump it in with all the juices, whatever the juice is, and then, you know, that means whatever's in it is gonna become a part of... This is like, since I watched this yesterday, I've just been thinking about it all day at work today. Whoever has cooked chicken before, when you open the chicken package, it's not clean. Like, there's slime and like blood. Like, how do you just dump that in a pan and let the chicken sizzle in that? But this is the thing, you have to, because I've been thinking about this too, and I'm gonna give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe not everybody buys the type of chicken we buy.
No.
Just a sec. They probably buy like the clean filleted, you know, no bones, no skin. I'm assuming that because we buy different types of chicken. Well, you know me, I'm just chicken breast most of all.
No, any chicken I've made and opened all has that nasty slime and blood. She even said it. It has that weird maxi pad thing under, so it has the thing to catch all of that and absorb it.
All the moisture.
But there's still some left over, regardless. Because even the black lady on the panel, she's like, yes, the pad is there for absorbent purposes, to absorb that nastiness that you cook your meat in.
So it doesn't go into your food.
Yeah. If you were supposed to digest that, why would that be there?
Why would it be there? And the thing is, as much as it's there, it still doesn't absorb everything. They don't think the slime on the chicken is a problem. You see, like, we think it's a problem, but they obviously don't. So this whole situation has me, like, the way I look at this now, if we go out to eat, it's almost like I want restaurants to advertise,
Yes, we wash our meat. No, we don't. I'm not joking. You see, because we like, I buy chicken breasts, bone in, bone out, whichever one's on sale. And most of the time, the one with the bone in and the skin on is the cheapest one. And with that, it means it's gonna have blood.
Even the one that doesn't have any skin has blood.
That slime, this is the thing about that slime. In Jamaica, the fact is, like, whatever animals we ate the majority of time when I was growing up, we're the ones that raised it. So you see that whole slime thing on the chicken? We didn't have that.
Yeah, because the first time I went to Jamaica, I was in grade 7. We stayed at like my great aunt's house, and there's like this goat in the backyard, and like we would feed it like tangerines from the tree. Next thing I know, me, my brother and sister came back to her house one day, and you just see a dead goat head on the table. So they just cook the food fresh like that, so there's no time for it to like gather slime and blood.
Even if you're cooking like pork or like beef or steak or whatever.
I don't know, the comments are like split. I'm gonna put the link to like the video in the description so you guys can see the comments, but the comments are like split because people are like, oh my gosh, in my 36 years of life, I've never heard of washing meat before.
Yeah.
And then
and it doesn't make any logical sense to wash your meat. The USDA is basically saying that you shouldn't wash meat because washing meat spreads bacteria.
That's the main like argument that people who don't wash their meat is saying, is like, it's gonna contaminate your chicken. So are you thinking we're just here taking raw chicken and like rubbing it on our countertop?
No, we're fighting with it, we're wrestling with it, we're like throwing it all over the kitchen. This washing chicken thing isn't like 10 years old. This is something that's been passed, not just chicken, I mean meat in general. Like, this is something that's been passed down for generations. The reason why so many people from so many different countries in the world do it is because it's a generational thing, right? So this isn't just a Black West Indian African thing. Latinos do it. There's even some Caucasians that do it.
If you guys see, I'm gonna put a little snippet.
There's even some Black people that were like, this makes no sense, I've never heard of it. That shocked the heck out of me.
One lady in the audience that was sitting beside the Black people raised her hand.
She was like, yeah, I wash my meat.
Does anybody wash their meat? Thank you. Right?
This isn't a color thing. Like, I'm just...
It's not.
So this was my logic, okay? So, do you wash your fruit? Because I know people who, if you don't wash your fruit, they'll look at you like you're disgusting. How come you don't wash your fruits and your vegetables?
Yeah.
So, and those same people won't wash their meat. So my question for them is fruits and vegetables more dirty and more prone to contamination and bacteria than meat? What I don't understand is, if you wash your vegetables and your fruit, your lettuce.
They sell products to clean fruits.
They do, because
it has wax on it.
Yes, it does.
Here we wash our grapes. We soak our grapes in water and vinegar.
Because...
And when you see like the stuff that comes off of the grapes, like this white stuff, like
and doesn't it make the grape taste like totally different?
And then after we wash the grapes off, then we rinse off that vinegar in the water.
Of course.
So if we do that to fruits and vegetables, how are you not going to do it to meat, which is dirtier?
So I guess they're saying, well, they put things in the meat to prevent this and to prevent that, and you know, and all I'm thinking is, you trust whoever, like, you guys really, like, don't you watch TV? Do you know how much things they do to meat in the grocery store? I remember watching one of those shows where they tell you that when the meat is about to expire, there was somewhere where they would like add bleach.
I was telling my coworker about this video today, and she said her friend who works at Food Basics, which is a like grocery store, he said that they do that at Food Basics too. Like, if it's about to like go bad, they add stuff to prolong the...
You see all them something there? Like...
I'm so confused. Like, majority of the people in the Facebook comments who don't wash, because it's not like a color thing or a race thing, because there's, I don't know her name, but the Asian lady on the panel, she's like confused. She's like, what? She washes her... Like, it's not a race thing at all. I thought everyone washed their meat.
Because like she explained it, I cut it and I just tip it in the pan. When does the seasoning come in?
That's what I don't understand. What's the point of cooking meat if you're not gonna marinate it?
And people who do wash their meat in the comments are like, if you have to think about cross-contamination, because you don't just wash the chicken and just leave the kitchen. You have to wash it and you clean after. You There's things called disinfectant products.
Duh.
They're like basically saying if you're too lazy to go disinfect your kitchen after you like are cooking, then you shouldn't be in the kitchen in the first place.
But this is the thing. Anybody that washes their meat aren't washing it on the counter.
Exactly.
It's in the stainless steel sink.
That's what
in a stainless steel bowl. Usually that's how it's done.
From what I'm seeing, the people who wash their meat, we all do use the same stuff. Either water, lime, vinegar, salt. That's what you use.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, when it's clean, you rinse it. Then rinse it with water to take all of that off. And
because there's a lot of people saying, why would you wash your meat? It's going to take away from the meat flavor. And all I'm thinking is, okay, like I'm pretty to the point. It's dead. Like you're eating something that's dead. And it's been dead for a while. And now you're coming to me and talking about meat flavor. I'm trying to make sure that when I smell it, I'm not gonna hurl. Like, that's another reason why we wash it. So it can take away that raw smell.
The comments though, because what I'm noticing is like half-half. Like I'm so like shocked that people don't wash their meat, and then there's another half of like, you wash your meat? What is this blasphemy? Like, so one person said, washing your meat is poor practice and unsafe. It spreads bacteria everywhere. The bacteria is in the surface of the meat. Please stop doing that.
So my thing is, if it spread bacteria, wouldn't all the people all over the world doing this have a huge epidemic, and there'll be salmonella poisoning and we'd be dying, and it would be consistent because we've been doing this consistently. Another thing that really bothered me though was that people were bringing out their job titles and their credentials, telling their father, mother, sister, dog, cat has worked at this place, and I'm just going to listen. Anything you're telling me about any credential, good on you. I'm glad you went to school and got your whatever, but that's not going to trump hundreds of years of doing this. This is not going to trump any generational. Like, this has been passed down. This is what we do. It's ingrained in us.
Basically, the cross-contamination, we're not washing chicken on the counter. We're not washing chicken near clean dishes. It's in a sink, in a bowl.
That type of reasoning is just a way to make the people who are doing it look dumb, and the people who aren't doing it, they want to look like they're correct in not washing it. So they have to say something. Listen, if you've ever been in, I'm Jamaican, so if you've ever been, I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm Jamaican, so something.
Okay, so when you go to a Jamaican person's house who's preparing chicken, fish, any type of meat, like everything is done in the stainless steel sink. So when they're done, it's like they get out flipping the hazmat suit and they're just like spraying everywhere. Stainless steel isn't supposed to really harbor, that type of bacteria or whatever. That's why it's used in so many restaurants and stuff. I mean, it's sanitary.
Let's get a thumbnail quick. Do like this.
What?
I've never heard of people not washing their meat before you cook it. I'm like so shocked. My whole life, I'm like, people wash their meat, and now this video just changed my whole and like the Mr. Krabs meme. I'm like, oh my gosh. See this lady, she's like, this is 100% right. Wash your meat. There's often meat shavings or blood that needs to be washed off. If you wash your sink down with soap and hot water afterwards, you don't need to worry about bacteria. This is coming from a farmer. And wash the tops of your cans too.
Yeah. So this is my thing. Like, if you don't wash your meat, do you wash your rice?
There's this black guy who commented. He's like, yes, definitely wash your meat, but washing your rice is a bit too much. You're going overboard now.
Yeah, you need to.
Do you ever put rice in water and you see how it turns like cloudy? No, you need to wash your rice until it turns as clear. The water turns as clear as possible.
There's people who don't believe in that. There's people who don't believe in washing rice because you're washing off
nutrients
blah. Yeah, I'll wash off all of that.
There's people who like work like where they do like prepare rice and stuff, and they're like, there's rat poo in it, there's bugs. Like, how are you just gonna?
I'm glad you said it.
Because sometimes I'll be washing rice and I just see like, these little black things. Like, you're just gonna trust? No.
Even if those little black things came from the rice, that's fine. I'm washing it off. Like
someone, her name is Karen. I'm not gonna put her last name, but she's like, I used to wash all my meats until I read an article saying to wash your meats is contaminating your hands, sink, and anything else the meat comes in contact with. The high heat of cooking your meats will kill any bacteria you should worry about. So you don't wash your hands after you cook. Someone's like, is this the same Karen that puts raisins in her potato salad?
I don't understand the logic.
Me neither.
Like, there's so much things that's being done to your food nowadays. Why do you trust?
I'm so confused. The lady on the panel, like, you just cut it and dump it in the pan with that slime and blood. Oh, wait. So
this whole situation made me feel so proud because her reaction, I was just like, yes, Mom, you did such a good job. Because she's reacting.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, yay.
So just anyone who's watching this who doesn't wash your meat, and you just dump it in the pan, how do you prepare it? Do you just cut it, dump it in your pan, then while it's cooking, just sprinkle the seasoning on top? Like, I don't...
When do you marinate it? Like, when is the seasoning going all the way through?
Because for the people, like, for us and other people who I see commenting, I'm realizing that we all do it the same. Like, I don't know how we were all brought up to, like, cook the same.
Telling you.
All of the people who are saying that they wash their meat, like, we all do it the same. Like, you wash it with either lemon juice, lime juice, salt, or vinegar with water, and then after it's all clean and you've rinsed it off, then you season it and you let it marinate in the seasoning, and then you can cook it.
This is the thing, like, you see, because you're washing it, so that means it's sucking up some of the liquid. So when you pour off that liquid, it's like you leave it in the bowl to sit for a bit, and then that's when we go and clean our sink. Because we need to season that, but we need to make sure the whole area is clean first. So once we clean that, you see when you go and look in the bowl, all you see is water.
Yeah.
So you have to pour that off.
Because after you wash it, like, even after you rinse out the water from rinsing, like, after you rinse it with your vinegar or lime juice and water, you rinse it out, then you rinse it, like, it again to get that off, like the vinegar off.
Yeah.
After this chicken's sitting in there, and then you do whatever and you come back, there's just water at the bottom. So you have to strain that again and then season it.
Or you can put it in like a colander instead and just leave it in the sink. Or take the colander and put it in your stainless steel bowl so the water drips off.
When it's marinating, cover it. You can either put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
Like, we usually put it in the fridge, and then while it's in the fridge marinating, that's when we disinfect and clean out our sink and everything. We don't clean chicken on the counter. It's in the sink, in a bowl. I don't know if people are thinking, like, we're washing it with soap and detergent or something.
Why would we be washing it with soap and detergent? There's millions of people in the world that wash their meat. So if we weren't doing it correctly and properly, there would be a big, huge issue. Like, huge issue. And the fact that you guys are quoting all type of organizations saying they're telling you to stop washing meat. Do you think that some institution is gonna tell me how to prepare my food when this is something that my mother did, her mother did, her mother did? Like, are you crazy? Someone
commented maybe it's a Trinity and Caribbean thing. But
it's not.
But we wash chicken with lemon or lime or vinegar and rinse it out, then season with whatever. Remember, it's been sitting in blood and slime and other things for days.
More than days. Especially if you buy it with the bone in it. There's gonna be blood. So are you gonna cook the blood?
That's what... Oh.
No, like, so, because I have to think this through. So, are you guys saying that the cooking process for you is the cleaning process for you?
That's what they're saying.
So, where does that go? All the stuff that we would wash off it
is being cooked inside of the meat. If you're making chicken and you make a gravy, the gravy taste gets absorbed into the chicken. So if you just open the packaging and dump all that slime and all that nastiness in the pan, that's all getting sucked up.
I cannot.
That's all getting sucked up inside of the chicken.
This is why our food tastes different. I'm not dissing anybody in your process, but that type of stuff makes me, like right now, my stomach is just like doing flip-flops right now.
It's not a race thing again, because there's people of all races commenting saying, washing your meat, what? But this guy, he's white, he commented, it's a white thing. And it's not, but this is what he commented. He's like, it's a white thing. My mom never used to clean the meat. It wasn't until I was 20 and I got into cooking where I learned from my daughter's grandmother, who's Trini, about cleaning meat. I never realized how dirty the chicken is. Most of them still have innards. Just soak it in a bowl with cold water, lemon, and vinegar. If you can't do that without getting bacteria everywhere, then you shouldn't be cooking. Ding, 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 ding. Again, it's not a white thing because plenty of races are like so like shocked that people are out here washing their meat.
The shock and the awe.
Yeah. When I'm watching a video, I'm like, the fact that she just like, what? You wash? Like, the fact that they're shocked, it has me shocked.
I'm shocked. In my mind, while this is going on, if I was there, I'd just be like, Nanyam front uno.
Someone's like, everyone that is talking about this is ridiculous, and why would you do that? They are the first ones in line when it comes to eat Caribbean / West Indian food.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my goodness, golly geez, oh peeps. Shucks, Evelina, what is it that you put in this here chicken to make it taste so delicious?
We drain the blood out. We don't cook it all in.
And I have a feeling the comments are going to turn into some like race war. It's not
there.
About race.
It's there. It's already there.
You can be any race and still be Caribbean. It's not a race thing. You can be white, Chinese, any kind of race and still be Caribbean. Her father's a Chinese Jamaican and they wash their meat. Like,
they wash.
It's just how you were raised, I guess, because there's like people of all races, like his half. There's some black people who are saying like, why do you wash your meat? That shook me.
There was less black people though.
There was, but
like the fact when I was reading the comments and I saw a few black people, so I was like
there's Asian people who are saying they wash it. There's white people who are saying they wash it. Then there's some people who are saying they don't. So I don't know, it just depends how you were raised and where you were taught. Someone's like, listen, my mom is blonde hair, blue-eyed, and North American, and even she washes her meat, and we were always taught to wash our meat. Lemon, lime, vinegar, whichever way. But you don't know who all has touched or what is touched in the process. It's an extra step to make sure you're crossing the T's and dotting your I's when it comes to bacteria.
What she said is all right. My thing is, washing your meat is part of cooking. Period. So, again, back to what I said in the beginning of this video. Now, I think there needs to be something that happens where the restaurants that you go and eat from, they need to tell us how they prepare their meat.
Now that I'm thinking about it, because like when I'm making chicken, I'm like, I don't want to touch that nasty slime. So like that's where they're making this, slip, flip it method. So, because in the beginning of the video, they're like, are you scared to touch meat? So are you scared to touch it because of that slime? Because if that's why you're scared, why are you just going to leave that and cook it in the chicken?
See, this is,
Because that you're scared to touch the chicken because
But you're not scared to eat it. Oh! You're not scared to eat it. So you think it's just part of it. Like, you should just be consuming it. And then you're looking at her like she's crazy. Really?
Just, like, cooking,
like you're eating the slime that's grossing you out in the first place while they made this thing in the first place, but you're not scared to cook it and consume it.
I've been thinking about it at work all day, like just the thought of someone just taking chicken and dumping that.
See, we're saying chicken because I only make you guys eat chicken and fish, right? That's why we keep saying chicken, but you have to remember that people do the same thing to steak. Yeah, and that has pork. Anytime, because we are raised to not eat like beef, pork, and that kind of stuff. We just eat like fish, turkey. It's just chicken. Me. The rest of my family eats it. Yeah. It's just us. I'm the one. But anytime I go to the mall and grocery shopping and I pick out chicken, chicken has the least blood out of all the other meats I see that are packaged. Because chicken is small. When it's a big, huge animal, of course it's going to have more blood. And I always notice that anytime I go to the grocery store that like chicken has like the blood, but anytime I see like steak and beef and all that stuff, it has more. In blood. It's swimming in blood, of course. So you just dump that in the pan. Cause my coworker, she's like, even when I make steak, like I have to wash that off. What do you mean? Of course you have to wash it off. Like. Cause my other coworker, I asked like him, do you wash your meat? He's like, chicken, yeah, but if it's like steak, I don't, because the blood is where all the nutrients is. Lot of mercy. The blood is where all the disease is. So that means you're basically saying you eat blood.
Just because I know this is gonna turn into like some race, like black against white, it's not against race, because there's, as I said, people of all races saying that they do or don't. It's not just like one against the other. This other lady, she's like, yes, you rinse off your meat. I found bits of bone chips on pork chops left there by the butchers. Some poultry still has the odd feather on it, etc., etc. Go to Costco, buy a box of nitrile disposable gloves. I use them for meat prep always. I still wash my hands and the sink and counters when I'm done, but for anyone, not just millennials, who don't want to touch raw meat for whatever reason, gloves are the way to go.
What I don't understand is you guys will eat it like nobody's business, but you're scared to touch it?
Lots of West Indian people are commenting.
Lots of Latino people,
yeah.
Of course African people, because that's where we would have learned it from in the first place.
Latino people are like, yes, we watched the
yeah.
I can't even process this just because I grew up thinking that everyone did this. And then it's from now, like, the other people who don't, they grew up thinking that everyone didn't, probably. So they're just like, what?
Listen.
Just like, I'm like, what?
I went to high school here, and trust me, my sister went to high school here, and she will tell you in a family studies class, you do things the way they tell you, but there's certain things that you just do the way you're taught at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we you do your whole family studies thing, meal prep, whatever, and when even the teacher is seeing us wash the rice, it's like the teacher's like, oh, what are you doing that for?
My friend who's Guyanese, she's like, shout out to Kim, she's like, shaking my head, that's why you can't eat at just anyone's house. Like, how can you not wash it?
How? Like, don't you see the stuff? This is the thing. Let's X the washing. How can you not clean it? Like, when you buy chicken parts, some people don't clean all the gunk and all the...
Yeah, because even my coworker was saying, like, if she buys chicken that still has the skin on, once you take that skin off, it's slime under it.
Once you take the skin off, oh dear. Why would you want to cook the blood? Like, I'm not talking about the blood that's in there that can't come out. I'm talking about the blood that's draining out. Why would you want to cook that in your meat? That's why your meat, no matter how you season it and how you cook it, it comes out with this raw taste. I think, like, the taste, it's like the meat is not cooked properly.
I think that's why, because sometimes I'll be eating places and I'm just like, why does the chicken taste like this? Like, it's cooked, but it has, like, some weird, like, not cooked taste, and I think that's why now.
Because we don't drink blood.
I think now I know, because anytime I eat somewhere and I taste chicken that has that weird taste, I'm like, oh, I hate when chicken has this taste. Why does it taste like this? And now I think that's why. Someone's like, are these people for real? Straight from the bag into the frying pan? These people have no grandmothers? Gross. They ask when does it get washed, but equally important, when does it get seasoned? Oh Lord, I'm dead. Someone's like, first of all, that is ridiculous. The surface bacteria on the meat will be obliterated in heat. Secondly, do you know how easy it is to spread that bacteria you wash in your sink with your dishes? It will have a better chance of hurting you on your dishes and counters.
Is our dishes...
Wait! LOL. Silly people. Adding vinegar and lemon to everything seems silly and bad taste. Like, the people who don't wash it, they think we're just taking raw meat and just, like, plopping it everywhere in our kitchen.
Because they have to justify why they're not doing it. Cleaning your meat makes perfect sense. There's already bacteria growing. Like, it's dead. So, you're going to eat something dead. And I keep saying it's dead so that you guys can get what I'm saying. It's dead. So why on earth would you not do the extra step to prepare that dead thing so you can now go and eat? Like, the fact that I'm talking about this is making me sick right now. If the meat that you're buying doesn't have all the stuff that we talk about, that we see, like the whole slime and the whole blood dripping, and you just, like, if your meat doesn't have that, because there's people in the comments saying when they buy their meat, none of what we're talking about is on their meat.
The only way I can see that, they have, like, some vacuum pad to, like, because, you know, they have food and it's, like, all the air sucked down and it's just dry. That's the only way I can think of, you just putting meat on the stove, or if it's pre-cooked.
Even then, even if it's vacuum packed and there's no drippings or nothing, when do you season your meat? I want to know, if you're just dumping it into the pan from the package, when do you season and marinate? Because I don't know any other way to cook meat than to season it first and make it sit there so the season can penetrate to the bone. Like I don't if there's another way, I'm not interested. Because
could you imagine just taking chicken out of the package, plop it in a bowl and put seasoning on top, and the thing that binds the chicken to the seasoning is the blood and slimy.
Why are you doing this right now? Like,
anyways, again, this is not a race thing, because I have a feeling these comments are gonna start getting crazy. This is not a race thing.
It's
saying
not.
This race does this race doesn't. Comment down below and tell me if you wash your meat, and if you don't, tell me why, because I'm so confused. And don't be mad like, you guys are stupid, you shouldn't do this. I watched on this show where I read this and this person says, just explain.
Don't get all up in your feelings, because I already did.
Yeah.
So don't.
Just explain why you don't wash it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be too long.
So
let us know down below.
It needs to be long.
Okay, let us know down below. Thanks for watching. It's the TheCurlySage.
This is gonna be
Thanks for watching. It's the TheCurlySage signing out. Peace.